you could have access to 6 one-hour consultations in which to explore your personal astrology, and an additional 2 years to learn the ancient art and science of Vedic astrology. That is available to you at the present moment for only $333. But it's open for a limited time only, and if you want to take advantage of it, you need to do so soon, as I've only had it open for the holidays, and you can do that at the link you'll see above. Sometimes the thing that we need the most is the thing that we perhaps want the least. And we would think it would be easy for us to just kind of go, okay, well, I know that's going to make me feel better, and so I want that. But hindsight is 2020. And sometimes when we're heading into a situation and we have a great level of emotional and mental attachment to a particular outcome, to the extent that we're perhaps so identified with what we're striving after that we can't really see any other way, then it becomes difficult to see that something is ultimately better for us. And coming out of this particular full moon cycle, with the moon having been full in Ardra Nakshatra, we're coming out of a period of time where there's been a lot of identification with a particular outcome. Coming out of that cycle, you're likely beginning to see things in a new way. At the moment, there is a powerful healing that is available to you, but you may not see it as something that is a gift. You may see it as something that you ultimately don't want. You may witness it as something in your life to which you've given a great level of devotion, seemingly falling apart. But here's the interesting thing. At present, we've got Venus transiting Anuradha Nakshatra. We'll talk more about that in a moment. That's taking place until the 5th of January. But at the same time that Venus is transiting Anuradha, it's going to be in close proximity to a retrograde Mercury in Mula Nakshatra and Mars in Mula Nakshatra. Mula Nakshatra brings dissolution. I said dissolution, not disillusion, but quite often those two go hand in hand. So something is beginning to dissolve or to break or to fall apart. But Mula Nakshatra brings a greater level of awareness. It also brings a new beginning that's built upon the foundation of what has recently fallen apart. And the funny thing about that energy is, as things are seemingly not working out, we begin to get little hints and glimpses of how things might become better in the future. Only we weren't able to see because we were so wrapped up in what we were pursuing with such an intensive level of passion that it was hard for us to really understand that. So devotion doesn't go away. And Anuradha Nakshatra is very intensively connected with the concept of devotion. But in order for devotion to really be in place, we have to have two things that are going on. We have to have the devotee, the person who's devoted to something, and the thing to which they're devoted, which means on a certain level, there needs to be that separation between those two things, right? We can't experience the joy of being devoted to something if there isn't that distance. And Anuradha Nakshatra teaches us about that concept of healthy distance so that our devotion can be healthy. The only problem is occasionally we get it all mixed up and we don't make the wisest choices, and we let those boundaries get crossed in a manner that's not quite so healthy. One of the ways in which those boundaries can get crossed is when we become overly hyped up about something that we think is going to be to our benefit, but over time we begin to recognize my intensive level of passion and devotion to this particular outcome is actually unhealthy to me, or potentially unhealthy to the situation, or even unhealthy to those people to which I am so deeply devoted. And it's at those moments where we need to recognize that there are different ways in which we can express our devotion. There are healthier ways in which things can move. And what you're being asked to look at, whether it be related to a situation that you're involved in, or whether it be related to someone who's in your life and your connection with them is actually falling apart, you're being asked to look at how actually letting the situation dissolve and not going so intensively after something is bringing a healthier level of relation to the object of your devotion. Again, whether that's a situation, like, we get devoted to causes or to things that we really want, or equally we get devoted to people. All of that will be determined by your personal horoscope. So we need to recognize that sometimes the best way to express our devotion is to let the old way in which we were relating to something or someone to fall apart, to dissolve. Sometimes we can show our devotion better to a situation with a healthy level of distance. With distance, as the saying goes, distance makes the heart grow fonder. And sometimes we're so intensively caught up in something that it's not healthy for us, and it's not healthy for the other. So a situation you're involved in needs to move on. It's time. It feels to you perhaps uncomfortable. It feels to you like, I don't know where this is going. I'm uneasy with this. I'm not clear as to whether this is going to work out for the better. But ultimately, it is. Notice as you relinquish your grip on the situation, what you're actually beginning to witness along the way. Notice how the relationship between you and it, or you and them, is beginning to change. Notice how, even though something is seemingly falling apart, the devotion is still there. Only you're showing your devotion in a manner that's healthier both to you and the situation, or you and the individuals involved. That's going to do it for this look at Venus in Anuradha Nakshatra. If you're going through a process, if you could use a little bit of help with it, again, there's this really wonderful offer. It's not going to be around for long, 6 one-hour sessions. Plus, you get 2 years of Easy Astrology Society, my online Vedic astrology learning community, which gives you access to 300 plus hours of Vedic astrology video courses, live question and answer sessions twice a month, and live monthly masterclasses, plus more. If you're interested in this special offer, you can take advantage of it at the link you'll see above. That's going to do it for this look at Venus's transit in Anuradha Nakshatra between now and the 5th of January, 2023. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.